सगळी. first introduce yourself, yeah, for general understanding? How did you came to the theater field and especially to Lavani and Tamasha matters?
Okay. Should I start?
Yes.
My name is Sushama Deshpande. I think I am in theatre quite a long, I think at least more than 40 years, I can say. So basically, I think I love theatre. Everybody has own interest like that. I am interested in theatre from my childhood, you can say. But I started doing theatre in something 73, 74. From that days I am doing theatre. So I was working as a journalist, and as a journalist I was roaming around here and there like that. In that I saw the performances particularly of those tamasha dancers. But tamasha are of two types. One is Sangeet Bari and another is Dholki Fad. So that time I have seen the Dholki Fad tamasha. But in that also the women are very strong, like Kantabai Satarkar, Mithabai Narayan. So totally different type of world I have seen there. And I got interested in tamasha world because of those strong women. In between I thought of writing a script about tamasha, and I tried also, but it was very mediocre script. So I did not do it. I just threw it up. And then after some days, Rajeshri. So after bus जरा था चाहा घेतले काय घे काय होते चाहा So like that I was doing Savitri's performance, and one day it struck to me that if I want to write on tamasha script, I should take a stand as this is my life and why you are interested in it. And with this approach, if I will write a script, that will be different script. And that's the life of tamasha woman. So I decided to spend time with the women. And so I started again spending time. But this time I decided to do with Sangeet Bari women. The reason behind it was Sangeet Bari, by community rules, these women are not allowed to marry. In Dholki Fad, they are allowed to marry. Particularly in Dholki Fad community, this Mahar Mang, this community is there in Dholki Fad. But in particular Sangeet Bari, you will meet Bhatu Kolati, Mali Kolati, Kalwat. This is tribes, and those women are there. So by community rules, they are not allowed to marry if they are doing tamasha. But their profession is flirting with men. So they have their relationships, and they have their life, own life, particularly children. So that was very interesting thing which I found, and so I started spending time with tamasha women. How I started watching them. So how to go and talk to them? The media was Lavani. watching Lavnis in the evening, going to them in the morning, and talking about the Lavnis. What happened yesterday, you did like this, you did like that. This was the basic way I started talking to them. But they took quite a long time to open up. I think 6 months they were not talking much. General talk was going on.
But that was in 70s or later? When did you start this?
This is after 89. So it must be... before that, I'd been to some of the... but not very serious. As I mentioned, I did and I put it aside. But this is after the performance, so it must be quite after 90, 91, 92, 93. That is that period.
How you came to know about the communities who are involved in Tamasha and Lavani matters?
Basically, slowly, I became very close to them. And they started talking to me. I never interviewed, but just chit chat. So if you do business here like this, not business profession, your profession is like this. What exactly? Who is there in family? So what when you go home? So such things they open up and they say in our community we are not allowed to marry. So like that it started. So not the interview you are taking at the moment, not like this. Just spending time there, talking to them, having tea with them. But clearly I told them in the beginning only that I want to write about you. It was very clear to them. So I was not interested in lying them. But so they took little more time. That was the reason they took little more time to open up. But some of them became quite good friend of mine, slowly. And one lady, she told me that you should see a proper Baitak first. Then you will understand what the business is. So, friend of mine came forward and we organized first Baitak. Some of my friends were there watching, and that was such fantastic experience. The way they deal with men, the way they focus particularly with the men. If they stand particularly while doing this lavani in Baitak particularly or anywhere, they will see at a man as if in this hall, they will get the feeling that that man and I am here. Nobody is here. Like that they will walk, do the dance and all. So
they also used to call it Baitak. This
Baitak means the structure is like this. In the evening, every tamasha theatre they have tamasha shows. So you can buy a ticket go in theatre and you watch their performances there. Typical time is there for them, half an hour, 40 minutes according to theatre. It starts, particularly in Pune, it starts at 7:30. But timing is totally everywhere different timing. So they start there, they do performances. If I buy the ticket and I've watched how they are doing, and if I like it, I can ask for a private show for me, my friend. That is Baitak. A private show is Baitak. And there are rooms in theatre only where you can watch Baitak. It's known as Tamasha, Sangeet Bari Tamasha, and they are in Tamasha, Sangeet Bari Tamasha. So it has a structure, means you are interested in structure and all. So it starts with Tarana and it ends with Bhairavi, Sangeet Bari. Now you see, if you are interested in dance and those all material, basically there are types of lavnis. So some of the lavnis are base is little classical, as known as Chaukachi lavni. So like that one pair things they sing for a long time, and while singing their facial expression is very important. Slowly, in the beginning, dance was not much in lavani. The basic thing was particularly expression. So even on the lavani, the words are very bold and they do it very subtly. That was particularly beauty. Means some word in Marathi, if you will get exact meaning of that, they are very bold. But with that very subtle and very interesting expression they give. And there are types of lavnis, like I said, this Chaukachi lavni, Baleghati lavni, some Katav. So there are types. Chakkad means very fast lavni. So they do the combination of those lavnis while performance.
Did you say that in the beginning it is a Tarana and in the end it is a Bhairavi?
Yeah.
Bhairavi, it's a raga.
Yeah.
But in the case of Lavani, what they mean behind, they sing a song in Bhairavi.
Yeah, Bhairavi, they take Bhairavi at the end of the show, every show.
And how long this show is?
1 hour.
One.
Baitak is 1 hour. So So when you do the performance in theatre, it's as I mentioned, half an hour, 40 minutes, whatever, according to theatre. But Baitak, you go anywhere all over Maharashtra, it's 1 hour.
And normally, what time it starts? The Baitak, exactly.
No time.
It doesn't matter. It can be
Evening is heavy rush, but any time they come.
within
Morning is little low because they sleep late, so they get up late.
But normally this Lavani is in Baitak it includes in Tamasha, in Tamasha structure, is it?
Tamasha, there are two type of tamasha. One is Dholki Phad Tamasha and one is Sangeet Bari Tamasha. In Dholki Phad Tamasha, they start with Ganesh Vandan. Then Gauran. Gauran is based on the relationship of Krishna and not only Radha, but all Gaurans, those who are particularly milk women, you can say. They are going so fun of that particularly. And Krishna and that Gauran relationship is there. Gauran. Then there is Batavni. In Batavni, Songadya, so a man particularly who acts particularly in Dholki Phad. So two Songadyas, they create some fun, some comments, political comments, some social comments. Then Rangabaji. In Rangabaji, they do little bit Lavani. Then first act over. Then second act is regular play. That is called work. Work. So Gauran, Batavni, Rangabaji and work. This is the pattern of Dholki Phad Tamasha. Dholki Phad Tamasha, as I mentioned, Mang Mahar community is more in that. And they perform particularly for here in Marathi months, Chaitra. It starts from Chaitra. And these people, they have jatra everywhere. They have their god of village. Every village have their own god. So, in that jatra, they call those Dholki Phad Tamasha.
And this is overnight show normally. Or
previously it was overnight. Now, not the way it was before, but even today, too much heavy rush for such things. Very interesting thing. If you go inside, you come out after first act. They put some shikka here because they don't have any ticket.
Stamp.
They stamp. They don't have any ticket or like that. So there is a stamp on hand. And because people don't have buses or anything, the other villagers come from outside. So in the morning till then they perform. I have seen those Dholki Phad Tamasha. And now it's very, what you can say, filmy orientation is there. So all women that I have seen, I remember Kanta Satarkar's daughter Manda was singing or doing something, dance. But public has a feeling that they are meeting Mandakini, the heroine of that film, Ram Teri Ganga Vaili. So that is Dholki Phad.
but this is also can start in the morning.
It closes not in the morning.
Not in the morning. Or
And Sangeet Bari, as I mentioned, Sangeet
the
Bari
second
is
type, yeah?
different type of tamasha. These are two types of tamasha. The meaning of tamasha is fun, gammat. Basically in Maharashtra, there is a tradition of ritual theatre. Like Bagya Murali, Gondhali, these type of the things are there, exist here. Then Devdasi they give for the god, and Devdasi sings particularly. So something related to ritual is there. But here, it's clearly fun. Gammat.
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 And this second type of tamasha, this Sangeet,
Is a Sangeet
Bari. How it's different? What is the difference?
They start with Tarana, they perform only Lavnis in between, and they end with Bhairavi. They don't do any theatre type of a theatre, means the theatre, like work. It's not anything else. They only do different Lavnis. So, and in particularly Baithak, they go dancing and they make a man to pay. It's not like that. This is a decided amount 5,000. I'm giving you 5,000 and dance for me. It's not like that. You have to pay while dancing. It's a very different style of
how payment? How it is? How did you observe it? What was?
In the beginning, it was the first. See, I gave 100 rupees. It's okay. Then now it had changed again. It was not the way before. But if I give them next 100, so they give me 99 back. And whatever we call ada, means the expression and those, what will I do? I will perform for the man. I go to them, he will give me 1 rupee again, 1 rupee again, like that. He keep paying her. Now it went to 5 rupees. Now I don't know. Sometimes people give 50 rupees. So previously it was 25 paisa. Then when I was watching, it was 1 rupee only. So, so every time she comes to that man, she take a money and she does a different type of a expression with the music. It's in between Lavani, it's going on. Means first stanza, it's going on, second stanza is going on. So after one line, so this type of the things you need to watch. As I'm saying, Rajashri, you need to see. Baithak is not the thing which I can explain you completely.
It is always interconnections between the people.
You see, if here are the people sitting and if I'm performing here and if they stand here and I know this man likes me. That's the judgment because they are in that, so they understand. So if they stand, the way they will smile at the person is a very different style. And she will make sure that I am dancing for you here. And she start dancing. So their word is, we play Lavani.
We play?
Play. They don't say that we perform. It's a game between that man and woman.
Khela? How you call it in Marathi? What is it? How you say?
Khelna म्हणतात. Khelna, यही बात करते.
Khelna. Not to dance, but to help.
I perform, he pays me back. So again I do something else, he pays me back. Again I do something else. So how many things they do? According to the atmosphere, they have a great presence of mind. They have a control over body. And very dancing ability is something I always feel very, very out of the world.
What kind of communities are engaged into this, did you say?
Batu Kolati, Mari Kolati and Kalbat. doesn't mean that they don't dance. They also dance. So basically, it's the expression particularly. Lavani is about expression. Dance was very little, basically. So Lakshmibai Kolhapurkar is a woman who added more dance in this. You see, any art, it developed. So it takes different forms. Like that, Lakshmibai Kolhapurkar started dancing. But Lavani is more about the expression. What they say, bhav. Your expression is most important.
Tell me please a little bit about this lady, this Lakshmi.
Lakshmibai Kolhapurkar,
Kolhapurkar.
she is Bhatu Kolhati, from Bhatu Kolhati community. And she dances. Even Yamunabai Vaikar is still alive. She is about 90. But still she is alive. And the way she sings, in her look, she is not at all good, Yamunabai. But the way she does it, my. Very, she has specs, very, what you can say, the number must be quite a big number. So, even then, she take out the specs and the way she does it, fantastic. This, our one film actor Amol Palekar, he said, if anybody would have been told me before that a very bad looking and with such specs, the woman can create some romanticism in you, I would have been laughed at the person which I experienced.
She lives in Pune or she lives in
she's in Y.
Y.
So, Satyabhama Pandharpurkar was another lady. So, a lot of those women, I have seen Satyabhama Pandharpurkar, Yamunabai Vaikar, Shakuntala Bhumkar. So, now from that all group, most junior is Shakuntala Nagarkar and Mona Malungarekar. And even Mona has left now. She told me, now I'm not going to dance. I think Shaku alone is dancing today. Little bit.
These communities, they belong to scheduled castes.
Scheduled tribes.
They are tribes.
Scheduled tribes.
So they speak various languages. They have the language of
They
their own.
have their own language.
They have their own language.
And Kalvat is particularly from Muslim community.
Prabhat.
Kalvat community.
Karvat.
It's they are Muslim.
But that means that, of course, they have both male and female. And but the female never get married. Or how? What is the social setup of them? If they are tribes. So how they make...
If they don't come in Tamasha, they get married. But the girls who come in Tamasha are not allowed to marry. So they don't marry.
So they even should be marginalized even by their own common folk.
So they earn for family. The family lives on the money what she earns, and she is not allowed to marry. The reason behind it is the same. This is typically patriarchal format. So naturally, if she will get married, who is going to earn for family? So these community rules have came up. What I feel.
And the musicians comes also from these communities or from others?
Some are from the community, some are from out of community, some are from Maharashtra community musicians.
And what are the peculiar musical instruments for love?
Instruments, they have the harmonium, which is a pie-petty they call. They, from the legs, they do something like this, and so naturally it's a pie-petty, it's a big one. Then there is dhulki. So dhulki is there. Tabla also they play in particular. Such Lavnis. It's not like that only dhulki they play. Dhulki, tabla, but dhulki is more known in Lavni and pie-petty.
In some other instruments, or mostly
not
that
much,
is not much. And is it that Lavani is always a part of tamasha, or it can be separated? It can be on their own. Can people do Lavani itself without tamasha?
Without tamasha, now some of the girls are doing performance of Lavani's for regular theatre. But the tamasha theatre, every day they earn there. So these all women don't come to regular theatre. They do in their own theatre.
What do you think about the dance? How it was created and out of what? So what kind
It started with the expression, as I mentioned. Basically, expression was very strong. And slowly, any artist feel to do something more in that. So I mentioned like that, Lakshmibai started dancing more. So dance came up, but men started asking only to dance her because they can see the physique. So previously singing was more and expression was more.
But this movement, how do you think, from what kind of sources they derive this movement?
You see, like any in theatre you can say, or particularly in dance you learn, you can say that. Now if I have my guru, okay, in dance also, from whom I am learning, from Chandralekha I am learning from Rajashri Shirke. If I am singing, I have my gharana. So like that here, they ask you question. Means I heard those questions. From whom you have taken this Lavani? So if I have taken from Satyabhama Bai, so they know how I am going to perform. If I have taken from Yamuna Bai, what is the Yamuna Bai's tradition with whom they... But it's not known like gharanas. Gharanas are not known. But usually they understand what is the style. But everybody put their own thing. If the artist is quite good, everybody put their own energy in that. Expression in that. If you see, today now you can see only Shaku's Lavani, or there is one girl from Mona's group, Geeta, she does well. So Shaku, if you see, she does one stanza is there, Ami Kashiche Brahmana. So Kashi is the place so where people go and worship God and all things. So she expresses those all Brahmins. Fantastic. Fantastic. So something she must have learned from senior women. And usually what happens, if I am in tamasha, my daughter goes in the tamasha. Her daughter goes in tamasha. That is the usual practice. So every girl usually learn from mother. That's the usual practice.
And just showing how we have to change the technique of body language. 1, 2, 3. She says, meet me in the main rock. But this action is very typical of.
But this story of Hirabai, can you tell me how you came to know and how this idea?
Hirabai's idea basically when I started watching Lavanis and talking to those women and they started talking to me slowly and I came to know particularly all life. I saw there that children are learning there, and so I was not interested in doing on one woman. This is a woman and I wanted to do on this woman. I was not interested in that. I was interested it should be a representative story. So these are common factors I found. How these men from family deal with, how the client men deal with, how they deal with each other, what is the relationship of mother and child previously, what is the relationship. This I was observing lot of things. Through that, this story came in my mind. So I always say that it is not my story. It particularly because of their life, I could think of this story. Even language. Since you don't understand Marathi much, but even language also, they gave me their language. So naturally, their language is there. Some expression, sometimes I feel, oh, I have written this. But I think because of being with them, made me to write that.
They are dedicated. They have some kind of sacrifice. So sometimes, as some other devadas in India do, like god or goddesses. Or it is not for
not dedication to goddesses. As I mentioned you previous that this is gammat, fun. That's all.
Yeah, like a professional entertainment.
Yeah.
So they just been trained to entertain. But
if I want to put my daughter in tamasha, at age of 8-9, I took her in tamasha. So from then she starts singing, dancing, little bit.
But they also know the script. Sometimes the script of the drama, or they
No
know
drama.
No drama at all.
Drama is the presentation of Lavnis, that's all. Whatever drama they do in the song, that drama is there. But no other drama.
In the story of Hirabaya, that was some kind of, as you say, the common things. So some kind of generalization on the ladies as such. But what was the peculiar of this lady, of this biography? What touched you mostly? So
many factors are there, as I mentioned you, that the men in their life, families, particularly brothers or this type of the people, they are interested in taking money. How these men they learn as a boy. That is always interesting. Another thing, I have seen most of the women, you can say the 99% women face the issue, some problem in family, and they take a stand with brother. I earn for you. And usually these all brothers of those women, they say that I haven't told you to do, that was your choice, because her mother has put her in tamasha. But when it comes to some conflict, everybody has taken this stand. I haven't told you. You did it. So this is something shocking, that you take money from that woman, and if some stance comes and she says, why you are not doing this? I told you. And he says, no, I'm not going to do. So some fight, and if she expresses this, I earn for you. General approach is this. Then so boys, they learn how to take money from those women. So that is a big factor. Relationship between client is very interesting. Very interesting. They are very good friends. Means even they are not in a relationship, and other clients are there. So they have a very interesting relationship with those men. Means very open dialogue. Very, very interesting dialogue.
what is in general the attitude of the society towards these ladies in love?
Society,
they are allowed
not giving any respect to them.
So they are marginal. They are
completely
untouchable sometimes. Yeah?
Untouchable means they don't respect her, as if they always say that we don't invite men come here. They come here, and we make them fool. And so he goes home with that cool head. But they are the women who entertain men. They have relationship with those married men. So nobody look at them with respect.
But can you just compare, for example, the Tavaif of North India and the Lavani? They are more or less the same, or there are some common things. How many traditional tamasha groups nowadays we have in Maharashtra, approximately?
I don't know exact number. I can't tell you because at the moment what is the situation. But you see, Aryabhushan, Sanaswadi, Chaufula 3 theatres, Solapur 1 theatre, then Supa theatre. Yes, I know at least 15 to 20 theatres. So, Kolhapur there is theatre. Usually, every theatre has 6, 7, 8 groups of tamasha. They call FUD. So, groups are there like this.
Like Mandali, like Mandali, like Mela or Mandali, they hold, no?
Mela, I don't know. Mela for me is different. But here, a group of 8, 9 women, somebody is musician for them, and one leader is there.
How they call these groups in Marathi?
Phad.
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 And they are like travelers, so they goes from one village to another village.
Previously it was like that. Now they don't travel. Sangeet Bari people, they don't travel. They go to theatre. They are in the theatre for 1 year, and every Diwali they change theatre or they decide to stay there. It's a 1 year contract.
In Pune, you have sometimes the theatre who have these people.
Yeah.
For which theatre?
Aryabhushan.
Aryabhusha? And this is for 1 year contract system.
Yeah.
In Mumbai?
Everywhere same thing.
Everywhere.
Mumbai, he has closed the theatre. Now Mumbai there is no theatre, Tamasha theatre.
Aha. But in some other small cities there are.
Yeah.
There are. How do you think, what will be nowadays, today, with these tamasha theatres in contemporary world? It will be somehow modernized, or what is the fate of the whole tradition?
What is the
fate? What is the destiny?
Fate.
What is the?
It is going to stay.
Today.
Only the lavani will change. People ask particularly for the filmy songs to sing, and now prostitution has developed there. Previously, it was not allowed. Not in that premises, but because of those cells, every woman has a 3 cells, and she is dealing with those mobile on one hand, with this one hand, this like that. Interesting part, I have seen at a time a woman handling 3 clients in one room, and she is giving feeling that I am talking to you only. Nobody is there than you. Like that, she has that capacity to deal with women. So now situation is completely different. But it will not get over. It will stay back. But I see Sanaswadi is a big center now of tamasha.
What?
Sanaswadi.
Where
at a time 5, 6 baithak rooms are going on.
Sanaswadi, where it is?
It is on Nagar Road. So it will not close. It will go on. People will not sing lavani, but this profession will go on.
One more question is about the so-called classical traditions. So we have a lot of dance that's supposed to be classical one all over the India. So what about the Maharashtra? What is your feeling? Why Maharashtra never have this classical form, like a Bharatanatyam, like Odissi, like Kuchipudi, like whatever? So what happens in the field of dance in Maharashtra?
I can't say why it is not here, but I think dancing was not a good thing with what previous people used to talk about who are in the families and all. Now everybody put their children in dance, but it was a previous idea. Because in a ritual theatre, we have these muralis and those Devdasis, particularly Murali in this Pashchim Maharashtra. They sing for men again, Muralis. They do dance. There is a style of dance of Murali, and they dance for men there.
But Murali is also a tribe. Is it a tribe or is it a caste?
No, Murali is from any community. Anybody can put their girl in as a Murali. So it's not good. So dancing is not very good. It's a something lower thing that people used to think, and so here is no tradition like that. Dancing tradition.
It was not established somehow.
But Tamasha was there, and Tamasha developed from the Shivaji period.
How? What was the reason? Why from Shivaji? What was the...
Eknath has developed those government, and Shivaji used to go for the
War.
And their men used to sing a song for fun. That was basic idea. Men used to sing a song for fun. And slowly, some of the women from UP area started singing song, entertaining those Shipai. Slowly it turned. Some UP women started some, as you mentioned, of Tawaif. So like that it developed slowly.
So it was a part of army life.
Not completely army part, I can't say, but some of the women came from there. This I read in some of the books, means when I was doing research. I read in some of the books. So it developed in previously. Those women used to go from this place to another place, dance there, go to next place, dance there, go to next place. Other than rainy season, they used to do this. Slowly, people developed Tamasha theatre.
How people used to call them?
They call them Bain, that's all.
But this was previously mostly for expressions and also singing.
Yeah.
Can you distinguish the Lavani tradition of singing between some other traditions? Or they have some genres, some musical genres, what they sing?
No, basically classical singing was there.
Khayal.
Sort of, not the khayal you are asking for, but base was classical. In some of the Lavanis, like Yamuna Bai is trained for that. Yamuna Bai Vaikar is trained for that. So they used to sing like that. But if you expect like she should sing khayal, I don't think she is able to. She knows the bass, she knows the sur, she knows the tal exact, she understands that. So sometimes they put some master G for that and they learn little bit, but not the way classical singers. But they do little bit riyaz, but not the riyaz you are expecting. Their riyaz is particularly for Lavani. So Yamunabai is a good singer. She can sing, she used to sing such songs. So her Patangachi Lavani was very known. So Patang, you know Patang?
Patang. Kite.
So the way she does that kite thing, she create that and then she give up that. So while singing, she is sitting only. She doesn't stand for that. But her beloved have come there, and so he has come like this. She is watching there, here, there. Oh, he has come. She's getting ready, and then she's playing that, and so it's about relationship. So naturally, in that particular songs, you will see sometimes pathetic things are there, sometimes happy moments are there, sometimes fight is there, sorrow is there, everything is there. All type of moods are there in Lavani.
They also called it bhava. They also call it rasa. They use this Sanskrit
Bhava,
names.
bhava means expression.
Yes, but they also use this name.
Yeah,
the Sanskrit.
bhavkam desi.
Bhavkan dese. So they have some kind of grammar, maybe some language, dance language of their own. Did you notice that?
No, not like that. They're not trained the way you are thinking. They learn from family.
But still, they could have some language of their own.
That bhavkam is usual word for them.
Bhavkam.
Or if some rhythm they get wrong rhythm, then say that पायात चुकलंय. तालात जातं. ताल में कुछ गड़बड़ हो गई है, like that. So पाव में कुछ गड़बड़ है, like that. But that's the rough language. It's not particularly for art and like that.
But some kind of steps they used to call somehow. So they have some names for the steps, no? Not exactly.
No. They learn from Kathak, whatever now they learn. So these all things are Kathak based now. So they remember like there are 5, then leave, then 5, then leave, like that. Now you have to turn to the 4. So it's like that, not the nadin, nothing like that. Nothing classical is there. So tradition is from one family to another, from like that tradition is there, nothing else tradition.
It's difficult to say how many Lavanis still are performing in Maharashtra. All approximately like 100, 200, 1,000.
It's more than that.
More than that.
Because Pathyabapura has a lot of the Lavis. As every Lavani has their own style and their meter used to be there before. As I mentioned, Balighat is different, Chakkad is different. Pathyabapura, he broke that tradition. And he took different forms of Lavanis. Means not only in this tradition I am going to write. That in this meter, I will create my own meter. And he started writing different type of the meters. That is Pathyabapura.
When he lived?
Pathyabapura must be in, I think, 70s. We can get, even I will get somewhere, his year of death. He was Brahmin by birth, but was staying with Tamasha woman.
He was a writer?
He was a writer, poet.